Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. Today I'm going to show you how to install this variable valve timing solenoid in this 2007 Mini Cooper S. If you need this part or other parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. We want to loosen up this worm clamp. You can take a straight blade screwdriver or a 7mm socket and a ratchet. Loosen this up right here. Should be loose enough. And try to wiggle it back and forth. It's kind of tight. And grab a pick tool, get in here and just loosen this a little bit. Slide this off, just like that. There's a clamp that holds this on, this part of the hose on. I'm just gonna slide this underneath the clamp, straight blade screwdriver. Pull that out a little bit. I can generally twist this a little bit, pull this off. Oops. Make sure there's an O-ring right there that goes all the way around. Now I'm gonna take a straight blade screwdriver. I'm gonna loosen up this worm clamp right here. Once I get that pretty loose, I'll take the same screwdriver and just try to pry this hose off a little bit. Push that out of the way. And then one more worm clamp down here on the bottom. Just take my 7mm socket and a ratchet, loosen this one up. With that clamp loosened up, try to get underneath this hose a little bit and take the pick tool again. Push this down. You can try twisting it back and forth and see if that works. It is plastic, so be careful. And you remember not to drop anything down this hose, because that would be bad. It's going to end up in your engine, and you'll end up with engine damage. There we go. Just twist a little bit, pull that piece out. Now we can access this variable valve timing solenoid in the back here. This is the connector right here. Just so I don't get anything else down that tube, I'm just gonna cover it up with a rag. Make sure you pull the rag out when you're done. You could always use a vacuum and try to suck anything out. If you drop anything in there, just be careful. I'm gonna take a right angle pick, disconnect the connector. There's a little lock on the front of it, down here. Release the lock with the pick. And grab the connector and pull it out, like that. And I just got underneath that lock right there. All right, now I need to take the bolt out. It's a 10mm bolt. I'm gonna use a 10mm socket and a small extension. It's gonna be hard to see. I'll be able to show you better once I get this out. All right, that's on the bolt right now. Then I'll take my ratchet. I'm gonna loosen this up. All right, I was able to get the bolt out. It would help if you had a socket with a magnet in it, or if you put a little bit of grease in there, then it would take the bolt out with it. So pull that out. All right, so just grab the sensor. You can twist it back and forth, that'll help pull it out. Just slide it back, just like that. All right, so we're looking at this old variable valve solenoid, and we can notice some of this, there is some dirt and some stuff on here. You want to make sure there isn't a lot of metal. If there's a lot of metal on there, then you may have more engine damage. It's a good idea that if you see any gunk in here and you're changing this because of a check engine light, it's a good idea to change your oil at the time of replacing this. Here's our old variable valve solenoid. Here's our new variable valve solenoid from 1aauto.com. As you can see, the shape is the same. There is some differences. There's actually more screens on the new one, which is a better upgrade. That'll keep more gunk out of important components. The O-ring is in the same position. The bracket to secure it to the engine, and same with the connector. Connector is the same. Get yours at 1aauto.com and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Before I install this new solenoid valve, I'm just going to take some motor oil, the appropriate motor oil, and I'm going to lubricate the valve and the O-ring. So when we slide this in, where this bracket goes, it's kind of like at an angle like this, so pretty much the same way it came out. It is a little bit tricky because we're doing this blindly. We really can't see where it's going. And just slide it into position. And you're going to want to, once it gets down, you're going to want to push so that that O-ring gets seated properly. All right, so I'm going to take the 10mm bolt. I'm just going to take a piece of masking tape, stick it over the bolt, and then stick my socket over that, and that'll hold the bolt from falling. So now I'm going to reinsert that into the bracket. It's hard to see. All right, so I got that started in there, and now I'm gonna tighten it down with my ratchet. We'll snug that down, not too tight. Slide the ratchet out. Now I'll take the electrical connector, get it lined up, and lock it in place. I can take this rag out. I'm just going to line this other hose up with the clamp. Just like that. All right, now I'm just going to slip this piece back into the tube. Just work it back and forth. Get that in position. Now I'll try to get it in position back here. Slip that hose on. Right, I'll get this clamp in position and I'll snug this down with a straight blade screwdriver. Right, just snug that down. That's good. So now we got the other clamp. We'll just take our 7mm socket and a ratchet. Tighten this clamp up, just get it into the correct position. Just tighten this down. That's good, not too tight. All right, I'm just gonna wipe this hose down, make sure that O-ring, that seal is in there. Good. Just slide that into position. And lock it in place. Make sure that locks down. And then we'll slide it on over here. Make sure you get the clamp into position first. All right, we got that there. Now I can take a straight blade screwdriver or a 7mm socket and ratchet and tighten this clamp down. We're good to go.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.